going to make it easy. How many of you say she will pray? Show me hands. She needs to pray. She just saw the bleeding. So this is my question. The question is, this woman doesn't remember a thing. For 6 or 8 years, pregnant or delivering. Now she is at noon today, getting ready to go to masjid. Let's make it very interesting, this scenario. Right? Took her ghusl and dress and going to the Jumu'ah. And guess what? Boom. She goes or she doesn't? Doesn't. Daqiqa, just a second, don't jump on her. She doesn't. Why? That's everything you answer. You really need to know why. Remember, this is hukum of Allah. You're telling the woman don't pray, or you're telling the woman pray. So yes or no? She said don't go. Who says go? The first question you should ask what? What school of thought you follow? If she tells you I'm a Hanafi, then go or don't go? Look at my face. What did I say here? Okay. Previous slide, please. Exactly. How do I know this is a cycle? I need 3 days of bleeding in the Hanafi school. Then it is cycle. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I wanted the previous one. Can we go back? Did she go back? So the minimum duration of menstrual cycle, minimum days of bleeding, then I regarded it as bleeding. So minimum, that's why we said day and a half, a day and a night, 24 hours, or no minimum, just one time you see. So let's make it easy for you. If I am a Hanafi, and I have not had a cycle for years, and I don't remember, then I will wait 3 days. Because if this bleeding happened only once, and nothing else, that's not your cycle. You know when this is very relevant? When you put IUD. When you put, or you're breastfeeding. Right? And you call me, it's like, Sister Haifaa, what is this bleeding? Should I pray? Did you get why I'm saying this? So if she's a Hanafi, she needs to wait 3 days. This bleeding has to continue for 3 days. So these are 3 days you pray. Then, if it continues more than 3 days, that's it. If she is not a Hanafi, 24 hours, day and night. Yes. Yeah, because you don't know. If she is a Maliki, absolutely not. Because he requires only one time. You see it, blood comes out, you're done. Did you get it? Confused? Very confused? Very confused. Now you're going to learn not to answer. Alhamdulillah. Yes, sister. I can't hear you, Habib. Oh, tell me. I'm sorry, she has? That's a different story. This is why I told you, she does not remember her cycle. I told you 8 years, but if she knows her cycle, and this is the time, absolutely her cycle. Did you get the point? Remember the definition. On an appointed what? Time. Appointed time. Alhamdulillah, I can see it on your faces. Like how many times I've said to the woman wrong answer. It's okay. Alhamdulillah. Right? Alhamdulillah. Don't rush. Tomorrow we're going to cover this. This is what we're going to cover tomorrow. All the rulings related to Salah. All the rulings related to Sawm. All rulings related to Quran. Touching and reading. Getting to the masjid. Staying in the masjid. Passing through the masjid. We're going to cover Hajj and Umrah. We're going to cover marriage and relationship. We're going to cover postpartum bleeding. We're going to cover abnormal bleeding. So don't rush. I told you 140 slides. I think I am going to see only 2 people tomorrow. Right? No, inshallah more. Already, so remember this. First question you ask the woman, what school of thought she follows. Right? And I give you an easy clue. If she prays without socks, then she's a Hanafi. Right? However, if she knows it, she knows this is the time, that's my usual time, then that's it, khalas, alhamdulillah. Okay? So 3 opinions, we said this, no lower limit, that's in Maliki. Right, what is the longest duration? How long? For how long? How long? Bleeding for how long? Huh? So I have 11, I have 15, what else? I have 10, anything else? Huh? I can't hear. I heard 8. Did I hear 8? Somebody from the side? Okay. So I hear 8, or I hear 11, or I hear 10. What else I hear? 15 or 14? Huh? So what is the longest? The answer is yes and no, and there's a lot of wrong answers, to be gentle with you. So let's look into the slide. Next one, please. Already. There's 2 numbers only. Don't throw numbers. It's only 2. Hanafi school, maximum 10. Hanafi school, maximum 10. So remember the Hanafi school, the ruling of 3 to 10. Minimum 3 days, she has to be bleeding before it's a cycle, maximum 10. And all the other school is 15. That's where you all. Where does this come? If you put an IUD again, if you put the non-hormonal IUD and your period become longer, okay, for how long? Your cycle changes. That's very common scenario. The cycle changes. What do I do? So again, I asked the question, Hanafi, you pray without the socks, 10 days. Day 11, you make your ghusl and you start praying. No, you are the other ones, wait till 15 days. After 15 days, then you start praying, fasting. This is also relevant to Ramadan and fasting. Absolutely, this is like a killer for the woman in Ramadan. It's like, Sister Haifaa, 15 days. I was like, I'm sorry. I wish I can tell you something else, but I can't. Unless you're a Hanafi, you have a 5 days less. Right? And next Ramadan, make sure you get yourself something to bleed less. But remember these numbers. So the longest, basically, in a month, in every month, if you bleed all the month, you have to have at least 15 days of purity. Meaning, you can pray and you fast, even if you're bleeding. Get the point? So remember, because the commonest opinion, the 3 school of thought is 15 days. And everything after 15 is abnormal bleeding. Yes? Question? Naam ya ayah. Ayah always lack of sabr. فاصبر كما صبر أولو العزم من الرسل. طيب? I'm giving her all the ayat of sabr in the Quran. The order Allah gave to Rasul is going to come. When we get to the abnormal bleeding, because it's a very relevant questions, by the way. It's very good questions. But we're going to cover it when we come to the abnormal bleeding. When the woman continues to bleed, how does she know which is which? For how long, right? I'm talking now about norm cycle. طيب. Already, there is this hadith, I put it there in case some of you will learn this. It's in Tirmidhi and al-Bukhari. This is a woman. Now look at this. This woman came to Rasul right? And this is Hamna bin Jahsh, sister of Zainab. Who's Zainab bin Jahsh? Sayyidah Zainab, the wife of Rasul This is her sister. Came to Rasul saying the following, Wallahi, me these days, and I'm an OBGYN, and I cannot imagine myself going to Rasul asking him this question. I will be in my clothes, as they say. I'll be sweating. But subhanAllah, they wanted to learn their deen. That's what I want to tell you all. Learning their deen did not, even Sayyidah Aisha said this about especially the woman of Al-Ansar. لم يمنعهن الحياء. Bashfulness and being shy did not prevent them from learning. So look what she said. She came to him and she says, I am a woman. أستحاض حيضة كبيرة شديدة. I bleed heavy for a long time. No cycle. Right? So he come to her and he says, subhanallah, ركضة من الشيطان. It is abnormal. Of course, this is a terminology, but it's abnormal. If you don't know anything, then you do 6 to 7 days, then you take a shower. I'll come to this later on. But this is another opinion, that you take the average. The average. What is the average of the woman? 6 to 7 days. What does medicine say? 5 to 7 days. SubhanAllah, that's how they taught us. 5 to 7 days. SubhanAllah. Okay, clear? And I'll come to this when we come to the abnormal bleeding later on. So minimum days, of purity, meaning there has to be every month certain amount of time where it doesn't matter what I see. I am praying, I am fasting, the relationship with my husband, I can come to the masjid, I can read Quran, I can review my Quran, all this. 15 days in the majority, as I said to you. 15 days in the majority. That's all the school of opinion. One opinion of Imam Ahmad that he say 13 days, but it is 15 days. So, let's say you're a Hanafi. You bled day 1, first of the month. Up till day 11, you're still bleeding. So day 11, I pray or I don't pray? You pray. If I am not a Hanafi, pray or not pray? Perfect. Then day 15 of the month, I'm still bleeding. If I am not a Hanafi, pray or don't pray? Day 15. Not yet. Day 16, I am continuously bleeding. Now it's day 30 of the month. Now May 31st, and I'm still bleeding. What do I do May 31st? Pray, because it's more than 15 days. Did you get it? I don't know. I don't think you got it. Let's do it again. Look at the month. Once you look at the calendar, this is what I tell patients. Show me your calendar. Let's do it on the calendar. So May 1st, you started the bleeding, right? And you cannot remember your cycle, that scenario. Or normally you're 7. No? May 8, I'm bleeding. May 9, I'm bleeding. May 10, I'm bleeding. This month, something happened. I'm Hanafi. May 11, I start doing what? Pray and fast and relationship and everything else. I am not a Hanafi. I don't pray. I don't fast, right? Till day 16, I'm still bleeding. What do I do on day 16? Pray and fast and everything. We'll come to this also in abnormal bleeding. Now it's May 31st. I'm still bleeding. Other than calling my OBGYN, this is abnormal. What are we going to do with the salah? May 31st. Go back and pray. Did you get it? So you have to have every month, the 4 school of thought. Every month, there has to be 15 days that you pray and you fast, and of course, all the others. Meaning, أقل مدة الطهر 15 يوما. That's how they say it in Arabic. The minimum days of Islamic purity, meaning no bleeding, is 15 days. Every month there is 15 days. I have to fast, pray, and do all this. Yes. Yes. No, and every month. Perfect. Good question. March 31st, I start fast, praying, right? I'm still bleeding. June 14, I'm still praying. June 15, I'm bleeding. I'm not praying anymore. You count it every 15 days. Okay, when we get to, I can see you are completely confused. Alhamdulillah. So you don't answer the woman when she asks you. When we get on Sunday, remind me if I forget. When you come to the abnormal bleeding, I will make some charts for you. Actually, we had this, when we did this course in Jannah Institute, we gave the woman questions and answers, give them real scenarios. Real scenarios. Put it on the calendar and tell me what are you going to tell the woman, or what are you going to tell yourself. But just memorize this now, that the minimum time of purity is 15 days. And we will practice it on Sunday, inshallah. طيب? Actually, we finished. Alhamdulillah, because that's class 2, that's tomorrow. I think so, right? Yes, exactly. This is tomorrow. Alhamdulillah, Rabbi lakal hamd. Right. What I am teaching you today is the norm. If you know the norm, if it doesn't fit the norm, then it is abnormal. Right? So memorize these numbers. We will come to the abnormal bleeding because there is on Sunday. We'll cover abnormal bleeding. Sometimes it comes early. Sometimes, let's give the scenario. We have time. Today is what? Let's say June 1st. Right? You had your cycle. You're a Hanafi. Pay attention to this. This will help you. You're a Hanafi. You normally have regular cycle. Your cycle usually come every 22 days. That's your period. right? So May 1st, you got your cycle and it was completely normal. And by 7th day, you were free of bleeding, alhamdulillah. Then on May 18, write the number because you need to write the number. You got bleeding. Write that down. What is this bleeding? Bleeding. It's not spotting, it's bleeding. I have to put a pad. I go to the bathroom, Sister Haifaa, and there is blood coming. I started my cycle June 1st. I finished June 7th. June 18, I have bleeding. What is this bleeding? Pray or don't pray? That's the question. How many of you say pray? Why? Because it is not 15. Why the rest didn't answer? Why the rest of you didn't answer? She's still doing the math. That's okay. So this is how you calculate. Literally, write it down. We have, even in medicine, menstrual calendar, we call it. I tell the woman, take it for 3 months and come back to me and I will look. But in Ramadan, this is exactly what I do. I write it down and I count it. I tell the woman, tell me if she finished her cycle day 7 and she prayed walillah alhamd. Then she got her period bleeding, let's say not period, bleeding, right? June 30th. What does she do with this bleeding? It's earlier than my cycle, Sister Haifaa. I was supposed to get my cycle July 5th, but I got it June 30th. She finished June 7, write that down. She finished June 7, and she started praying everything. She's supposed to get her cycle, right, July 5th, but she got her bleeding June 28. What is this June 28 bleeding? I can't hear you. And it is bleeding. It's bleeding, it's a flow, all this. Cycle or not cycle? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Because it is more than 15 days. Did you get it? Because that's very common scenario. In the summer, you travel, you go through exhaustion, you get sick, you get fever. The pattern change. Yani temporary, not all the time. Temporary change. Yes, sister. Very good. I was waiting for this question. So when you tell me from when do I start counting? You prayed, let's say you took a ghusl and you prayed maghrib. From there it starts. You went to a maghrib of whatever that time. So when did you start praying? Or when did you start not praying? So you put it on a calendar. These days, walillah alhamd, there is all this eye period, all these things. But if you are still a visual person, you want to write it down, just write. Today, menstrual cycle, maghrib time. Because it's a 24 hours, day and night. Till maghrib. Clear? I think you got it now with the examples. Alhamdulillah. One scenario, because we have some time, walillah alhamdulillah. Allah is so generous. So the same scenario. The woman got her cycle June 1st. Finished June 7. Same scenario. June 28. She just told you, I'm bleeding. What do you tell her? Just talk to me, it's okay. If wrong, it's okay. If good, if it's right, alhamdulillah. What do you tell her? She texted you and says, you went to this class and I heard you learned a lot. Don't disappoint me, right? And then she sent you the scenario. This is a very common question, by the way. So June 1st, I got my cycle, my usual time. Finished June 7, took my ghusl, maghrib time, start praying. June 28, I start bleeding. That's her message. What do you answer? I tricked you, and very easily you are tricked. No, it's not. If it's the same scenario, why I'm saying it? First question you have to ask. Tell me more about the bleeding. Is it bleeding? Because we women, refer to bleeding anything we see. So if she just saw a spot on 28, what is this spot? Is it cycle? Not yet. There's no flow. So make sure you ask this question. Is it bleeding? And she says, yes, yes. You know what I asked? So are you putting pads? She said, yes. I said, how much blood in that pad? What time you put the pad? And when did you take it out? Please forgive me. When you go to the bathroom, do you wipe and see the blood? Or it comes out? You see the questions I'm asking? Because I'm telling her, pray or don't pray, may Allah forgive me. And if she prayed and this is her cycle, ya waili, because she disobeyed Allah. And if she didn't pray and this is not her cycle, again ya waili, because she disobeyed Allah. Do you see the point? So ask as many questions as you can before you give your fatwa. Even if she tells you it's bleeding, because I see it in my office. So if I'm bleeding, she comes to the office. Where is the bleeding? Drops. Because the way we perceive things is different. So always ask timing. When was your last cycle? How often you get your cycle? Are you on any medications? Have this happened before? What's the type of bleeding? What color? Pads? Get as many questions as you get and write it down. And then calculate, and then inshallah, even if you gave the wrong answer, but you did your ijtihadti, as they say it in Fiqh. You literally tried your best to get all the information. Like, any other question? Where is, yes? It's okay.
The same scenario. She gets the bleeding, and she stopped at 7, but she gets bleeding at 9.
On the 9th. Good question. Very good question. I'll come to it, but I just want you. So, let's say June 1st to June 7th. Done, no khalas. June 9th, she gets bleeding. Very good question. What is the first question you have to ask before you give your hukum? Okay, so she told, good, what kind of blood or spot? She said, no, it's a bleeding. So Haifaa, it's bleeding. What is the second question you ask? I'm sorry, one of you, please. I'm sorry? Excellent. What is your pattern? What is your pattern usually? Is this normal for you? How many of us have bleeding for 3-4 days and then 2 days nothing and then comes back again? That's my usual. Versus if she tells you never. I've never had this before. This is my first time. What are you going to tell her? Exactly. You're going to tell her you have to pray or not? Right. If this is the first time, usually you will tell her no. Because most scholars will tell you if it changes, it needs to change for 3 months. Because period changes. But if she tells you that's my usual, oh, sometimes I get this, sometimes. Every couple of months I get this, Sister Haifaa. What's the answer? That's your cycle. So, what I'm trying to tell you, and I think Allah made it easy, Ya Rabbi, that you now learn to ask more. Investigate. Get to the details. And even if you say, let me double check before you give an answer. Then you say, don't pray, and she has to, or the other way around. Questions? Yes. Perfect. So, very common scenario in people who have PCOS. People who have polycystic disease of the ovary. She missed 2 or 3 months, and then she starts bleeding. What do I do? Come on and answer me. It's 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months only. 2 months. And she starts bleeding. Smells like cycle. It's heavy. So what is that first day? Don't wait yet. She's bleeding now today. She told you she missed it 2 or 3 days. 2 to 3 months. Meaning she has a regular cycle. But this time she missed it for 2 months. And now she's bleeding. Allah, how you confused you are. I love it. So she is, I'm not saying you, but in the question you said. So I normally get my cycle first 5 days of the month, one of them, 3, 4. So I got January, I got February, I got March, usual. Guess what? I missed April and May. And now June 5th, I have it. First question, does it look like your cycle? Yes, it is. Number 2, medically, are you pregnant? That's when the menstrual lady the pregnant lady can menstruate, right? But the most important thing is, like, if it looks like your cycle, it is your cycle. For how long? Now she's bleeding. So June 5th, she's bleeding. You said it is your cycle. For how long? God, I confused you again. So June 15, she calls you. Right? So June 7th, June 5th, she had her bleeding. Looks like cycle. You told her it is your cycle. June 15, she called you. Said, Sister Haifaa, I'm still bleeding. What do I do? What do you ask? What do you ask? What do you ask? Huh? What? What school of thought? Right? She's a Hanafi. What do you say? 1 more day and you're done. 10 days only. She's not. 5 more days. Remember this. This is, Wallah lahu, the scenarios may be different, but the answers, the principles is the same. This is what I wanted you to learn. The principles are the same. Make sure the bleeding fit the criteria of menstruation. Meaning flow, blood, red. Not one spot and she panic. Number 1. Does she have regular cycle? Normally, this woman. And she remembers. That's the easiest one. Follow your pattern. She doesn't. Then you're going to come. What school of thought you are? Are you taking any medications? Are you pregnant? So, most of the time, if you follow this, you will be able. However, I will highly recommend, unless it's needed, don't answer. Refer her to your, alhamdulillah, this is a community full of scholars. Refer her to. Don't be shy. Tell her, send me the question, I'll send it to him. But don't answer if you're not sure. Please don't. Because you will be asked on Day of Judgment. If you gave the wrong answer, and this wrong answer is not you lose weight to 8 calories. This is pray or don't pray, or fast or don't fast, and marital relationship. She said no, she's in big trouble. She said yes, she's in a bigger trouble. Did you get my point? Yeah, really. It's a serious, the rulings related to menstruation is serious. That's why I told you we need to learn it. Clear? I think we need to, don't they come and pray here or no? Today is all for us. I don't know, you are the organizer. We like invaded the men musalla. Maghrib in 20 minutes. We'll take 5 more minutes so we can all get ready for Maghrib. Any questions? Yes. No, you please do, because she didn't say a thing. And I see she's writing, alhamdulillah. Absolutely. You go with the majority of opinion, which is the strongest. So if she doesn't know, remember I asked you, do you pray with your socks or without socks? That's the easiest question. Because if she prays without the socks, she's a Hanafi. Yeah, so what I normally say is, what is your imam? Because you follow your imam. What does your imam do in your community? I always tell the people, don't make it harder on you. Your imam is Maliki, I'm assuming, because he's from Algeria, or Shafi'i, I don't know, right? So, khalas, when you ask him, usually he will answer you according to his teaching. You follow it up. But if she doesn't know, she lives in Alaska and there's nobody, no whatever, give her the majority. That's why I showed you the majority. Like the 3 schools of thought said 15 days. Only Hanafi say 10 days, right? The majority of schools says day and night. Only Hanafi say 3 days. So if she doesn't know, you give her the stronger opinion. Yes. Naam, yes. Sister, what's your name? I loved your answers. I can't hear you. قدير ما شاء الله من القدير يعني capable ما شاء الله تبارك الله. Oh, every one of you need to know the meaning of a name. Because the Rasul ﷺ said that. The meaning of is choose the names for your children because they will have part of it. So قدير, may Allah make you قدير على طاعته, to obey Him, to do what pleases Him, to do everything that's good for you. Ya Rabbi, Ameen. Yeah, it's a very good question. We're going to come to it when we talk about postnatal bleeding, but I will give you to it today. So this is another common scenario. You have 2-3 days you're bleeding, then in a day or two, nothing, especially postpartum, very common. She thinks she's done, she goes and takes ghusl, guess what? So there is 3 opinions of this. One opinion says all of it is menstruation. Second opinion says that time is not menstruation. Another opinion says, which is very interesting, it says she counts the days of the bleeding as menstruation, and she adds them till she gets to the maximum of the 10 days or the 15. I am from the opinion because medically it is all from menstruation, because it's that time. The uterus is not yet clean. Yani, if you do ultrasound to that lady who is 2 days she bled and there is nothing. If you do an ultrasound, the lining is not yet thin. So there's still some blood in there. Yes. I'm not seeing this side. The fan is blocking you, ladies. Wa alaikum salam. Can't hear you, Habibati. So, okay. So the question is, do you have to wait for 3 months to see if this is a pattern? It depends on the scenario. There is scenarios where this is the first time you're having your cycle. So your daughter is not 9 or 10, right? She has no period yet. There's no cycle, right? And in fiqh they call al-mu'tada, al-mutahayyira, al-mumayyiza. So if you've never had a bleeding before, you have no idea what is your pattern, right? So you will follow Hanafi 3 days. The first 3 days of bleeding is not bleeding. Then you go for 10 days. If you follow the other school of thought, the first day, it's not your period yet. If second day you're still bleeding, that's your cycle for 15 days. If it changes, most scholars will say, wait for 3 months before you change. I follow this not because of that, because medicine say that also. Medicine say 3 months, usually your pattern will be fixed, meaning 1 month I got a longer cycle. That doesn't mean your cycle will be long. That could be changes happen this month. But if it persists for 3 months, then your cycle changed. And it's a very common scenario, by the way. You get shorter, you get longer. The older, the younger we get. The cycle changes after 30s, those of you. After 30, at 35, it changes. It becomes shorter, meaning shorter span. It comes, instead of 30 days, becomes 25. And the woman panic. I was like, don't panic. It changes. It's very common at that time. It's a lot of changes. Do you know now why it is so difficult? And Imam Ahmad stayed 9 years in the... Now you're all nodding your head? Honestly, because no woman like the other. Subhanallah. It's just, I want you to learn the principle. And then inshallah, it will be. And if you came out of this class says, I will never talk about menstruation. I'll refer her to Sheikh Yasin and I am done. Then you learned. You absolutely, wallahi, you absolutely learned. Because you learned that this is way above my scope of knowledge. The book the main book that I prepared this, it's 1700 pages. He looked at every hadith. SubhanAllah, it's a PhD thesis was. He looked at every hadith, everything, and he analyzed it. And that's weak, and that's why. And he went into details. It's beyond the man, actually. It's hurted me, there's no woman did that. But may Allah reward her. Yes. Sure. Oh, she's your mom? Don't ask in front of your mom, she will get very scared. You should have sent it to me in writing. That's okay. Medically, yes, mom will say no. That's my struggle in my office. Yes, usually we like it to be regulated. We like it to be regulated because, I don't want to say medical things in front of everybody, but in general, having regular cycle is healthier than not having it for your body in general. And by the way, the body needs only 4 cycles a year. Yes, subhanAllah. Yes. Wa alaikum salam. Oh. I told you we are kicked out. Maghrib will be at 8:30. Can you finish within 5 minutes? I think we need to finish. You are so sweet. Jazakallah khair. Oh, who's this boy? MashaAllah, what is that? Wa I love that. You are so sweet. Jazakallah khair. I love that. I think we need to leave. Clear? See you tomorrow at 9:30 or nobody's going to show up to it. It's only you and me tomorrow. جزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه تسليما كثيرا